The US dollar versus yen has continued its rise with the weaker yen, and the euro versus US dollar has also seen the US dollar rise against those two currencies. I'll go through the technicals that are driving these two currencies in this video, so let's get started. Looking at the euro versus US dollar, the price fell sharply in the European session yesterday down to a low of 1.16516. We had not one but two lows against that level, and that was ahead of this low at 1.164. Let's call it 4.5. So got within about 6 pips of that old low going back a couple weeks and found support buyers. The price then rotated back to the upside and nearly erased all the declines. The declines of this move to the downside. However, what we did earlier in the day and what we did later in the day was the same thing. We found resistant sellers against the 200-hour moving average. I outlined that in a post late yesterday, and we kind of wandered into the close. In the new trading day, we started to see sellers re-emerge, push the price back below the old trend line right through here eventually, and then continue its run to the downside, seeing the price extend nearly to the low price that we saw in yesterday's trade, which is ahead of the low price going back to this period right through here. So obviously this is a target, and we're testing those levels as I speak here, making new lows for the euro versus US dollar, and we'll see if the momentum can continue today, getting through these levels and then working its way down toward the 100-day moving average. That level comes in at 1.16266. It's also near this swing area. I'll take it to the 4-hour chart here to show you the importance of this area going back in time. We started with a high here, low here. Then we had a number of different times where the price came in against that level. More recently, here and here and here and here, forming this floor. So the 100-day moving average, the swing area, all comes into play here. But it's really the 100-day moving average which is going to be key for this pair for traders. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen. I mentioned that we moved sharply to the upside yesterday. That was off of the election results and the expectations of a more dovish prime minister, which could lead to a more dovish Bank of Japan. We will see the high price came up short of the high price that we saw up back here on August 1st. However, but the price has since moved back to the upside and trading here late yesterday and into today, and the price is up, testing and even breaking above that old high. As you can see, the price just barely moved above that level, so that is somewhat positive for this. For the currency pair, if the price can stay above that level and continue its push to the upside. Taking a look at the daily chart, we've also moved above the 50% retracement of the range since this July 2024 high to the low price that we saw in the range since July 2024. The 50% comes in at 157.57. We went above that level again here. We went above it here, but there's this swing area through here that's also in play. And you can see the number of different times that the price either found support or resistance against this level, going all the way back to these periods right through here, before moving to the upside. Then we move down, and then we move to the upside again, and then move a little bit to the downside before breaking to the upside. You can see that all the different times where the price either found support or resistance against this level. And for the last, going back to this point right here in February, the price has been below this area, so pushing up against the 150.94 or 75 to 151.307. We're in that area. We need to get above this area to increase the bullish bias. Have traders looking on the other side of what has been this trading range since 2024. Let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. And this currency pair, like the euro versus US dollar, saw the price acting gap to the downside and then rotate to the upside toward the end of the day with dollar selling. Actually, the pound ended up near unchanged on the day, erasing all the declines from the gap to the downside and the bounce off of the what was a pretty decent support target right here near the 134.14 level. Put a horizontal line across there. You can see how it was a high here, low here, low here, low here, low here. So that bounce off of that level took the price up toward the 100-day moving average. That's the blue line in the chart at 1.34969. Early sellers came against that level, rotated back to the downside in the new trading day. We fell back below 38.2, back below the 100-hour moving average, and after trading above and below the 200-hour moving average, has now pushed to new lows as we speak, breaking the low price from last week in the process. The next target comes in at this swing area going back in time. Let's go back. It goes back even further, all the way through here and here. You can see the number of different times the price came within that area. We did move below it here, move below it here, here, but the price quickly rebounded back above it. The level comes between 1.3360 1.3378. Get below that level is more bearish, and we have traders looking back down toward the low price going back to September 25th here at 1.3323. So there you have it, a look at those three of the major currency pairs as the dollar moves to the upside. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune to trading. Bye-bye now.